Long ago, there lived a court lady by the name of Arashi, who lived in Edo castles in a palace. One May day, the other court ladies noticed that Arashi suddenly wasn't around. At first, they weren't too concerned, figuring that she was talking to somebody elsewhere in the castle grounds. But night fell, and she still hadn't returned. The next morning came, and she was still nowhere to be seen. Arashi had gone missing. The other ladies informed the government officials that Arashi was gone, and they organized a large-scale search. After all, they couldn't just let one of the Shogun's court ladies suddenly go missing. They searched high and low for her, checking inside wells, in the corners of rooftops, even underneath the outside verandas. They left no stone unturned in their search for her, and yet it turned up nothing. Arashi had seemingly disappeared into thin air. One night, 3 days later, the guards on watch in the castle tower suddenly heard a scream from up above. They looked up, and from above they saw something come hurtling towards them. They looked down to find a blood-covered body splattered on the ground. It was Arashi. Some sources claim that before she hit the ground, a mysterious voice actually called out, "Arashi is here." Either way, the guards had finally found her. But where had she been for the last few days, and what killed her? The other court ladies feared that Arashi had been possessed, perhaps tempted by a demon. She had often spoken of her desire to climb to the top of the castle tower one day, and they feared that a Tengu had perhaps granted her request in exchange for her life. Arashi's death went unsolved, but certainly not forgotten. But her death wasn't the only one in the Shogun's court. In June of 1822, it's said that a female secretary by the name of Oryu also went missing from the court. She fled her room upon waking up that morning, and when it was time to start work, she didn't show up. A full day passed, and she still hadn't returned, so once again, some government officials were informed of her disappearance, and a large-scale search set out. But just like Arashi, they found nothing. Oryu had also disappeared. On the 4th day of her disappearance, officials decided to check the carriages kept inside one of the rooms in the castle. These were for transporting elderly officials and court ladies, and nobody went near the room otherwise. But considering they had exhausted all other options, they decided to check them, just in case. And what do you know? Inside one of the carriages, they found Oryu's body, the top of her yukata torn open and her body covered in blood. Only the guard had the key to the room, so it was unknown how she got in there or who might have done it. Her death, much like Arashi's, went unsolved, and it wasn't long until the other court ladies started whispering that, this time around, it was likely the work of a nasty tanuki. Life in the Shogun's court was no doubt a stressful experience, even for the court ladies, but what happened to Arashi and Oryu was horrifying and soon turned into terrifying legends that spread around town. Was Edo Castle being attacked by dangerous yokai targeting the Shogun's court ladies? Or was it, perhaps, the guards or other officials who were covering up their horrific crimes and taking advantage of the yokai rumors? What do you guys think about this one? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.